If there is indeed microbial life on Venus producing phosphine gas, is it possible the microbes came from Earth and were introduced at some point during the last 80 years of sending probes? I wonder if a non-sterile probe may have left Earth, have all but the most extremophile, adaptable microbes survive the journey, or microbes capable of desiccating in the vacuum of space and rehydrating once in the Venusian atmosphere, and so already adapted to the life cycles proposed by Seeger et al. 2020 https://archive.org/abs/2009.06474. No, in the paper they looked at that possibility and there is simply not enough time for the quantity of phosphine seen. This doesn't mean that if there is life in the atmosphere that it couldn't have originated from Earth via an impact event, but all probes we have sent have been too recent. Solar panels directly convert sunlight into electricity. Are there technologies to do so with heat more efficiently than steam turbines? I find it interesting that turning turbines has been the predominant way to convert energy into electricity for the majority of the history of electricity. There are thermoelectric devices that can convert a heat differential directly to electricity. Peltier device. Edit. The Seebeck effect generates electricity. The Peltier effect is the reverse. Same device though, or motion, Stirling engine, but these are actually not as efficient as steam, at least at scale. If you wanted to charge your phone off a cup of hot coffee, sure, use a Peltier device. But it probably isn't going to be powering neighborhoods. What organ warms the body? Or just what in general? All organs. Literally everything in your body is constantly producing heat. Your body gets energy from food and oxygen. In that process, heat is produced. It's a byproduct of any activity, but is very useful for staying at the right temperature. Every part of your body constantly needs to do stuff to stay alive, so every part of your body is producing heat constantly as well. When your body doesn't produce enough heat from normal processes, it will produce extra heat by activating muscles. Those muscles will need energy for movement and produce heat in the process of getting that energy from food produce heat. This is why you shiver when you're cold, to activate your muscles to produce heat. Normally you produce about 80 watts of energy. That can increase during exercise to about 1000 watt for short periods of time. Elite athletes can produce somewhat about 400 watts for long periods of time. A lot of this energy is converted to heat. Edit. These numbers are mechanical energy, e.g. the amount of energy required to move you up a mountain. The actual heat production is even higher, since we're not very efficient when it comes to producing mechanical energy. The oxygen level rise to 30% in the Carboniferous period and is now 21%. What happened to the extra oxygen? What happened to the oxygen in the atmosphere after the Carboniferous period to make it go down to 21%? Specifically, where did the extra oxygen go? Fun fact, oxygen is so reactive with other elements that scientists believe that without photosynthesizing organisms, free oxygen will not exist in any atmosphere for very long. One of the means we have considered analyzing exoplanets for signs of life is to spectroscopically look for free oxygen in their atmospheres. If a planet has a significant oxygen content in its atmosphere, it has something unusual going on chemically there that could indicate life. Do COVID tests actually take 24 hours to process, or are facilities just swamped? I had a COVID test done the other day and they told me the results could take 24 to 48 hours. Does the actual test take 24 hours to process, or are the testing facilities, labs just really busy? How long does it actually take from the moment they begin testing the sample to when the lab knows whether or not the sample is negative, positive? I'm specifically curious about nasal swabs. If the actual test in the lab takes 24 hours, why is that? Does something in the test need to be cultivated for that long? Edit. Thank you for all the great in-depth responses and for all of the hard work from our lab techs, professionals. It's very humbling to hear from so many different sides of the process. Smiley face. Depends on your center and what kind of test you are doing. The golden standard right now is PCR test. This has been elaborated a lot here. It may take between 1 to 5 hours depending on multiple reasons. There is rapid test for antigen, which will take about 30 minutes to 1 hour. There is rapid test for antibody, which will take between 30 minutes to 1 hour as well. But rapid test for antigen and antibody has many downsides, not readily available everywhere, false negatives and false positive.